I have a few things I'd like to share this evening, and I'm glad I didn't say this morning. It's, for one, I mentioned in the back room, it's awesome to have our brothers and sisters from Bellevue, and they've been a part of my life for almost 30 years, and I really appreciate them, and I know that we probably do the same for them also. And I went to a marriage retreat this weekend, and I learned quite a bit. And one of the things that I learned is that I don't think that at times in my life I'm giving it my best. How do we give our best? How do we give our best at things? And Jesus was the perfect example of giving his best. And I think, how do I give my best? And the first thing I need to do, and I think we all need to pray to God. Need to pray to God for our best. And then after that, we need to train for it. So many times in life, whether you're in athletics, you don't just go out and run a marathon without training for it. Or you don't play a football game or a basketball game without training for it. And Jesus, on his life, his 33 years that he walked on the earth, he was training his disciples, and he was training for that death. Several times he said, this is not the time. This is not the time. And it was still in training for his disciples. And one of the ways that I think that we can, before I do that, I have a few things I wrote down here. I did learn a lot over this weekend of being a better husband. And we saw a couple videos that reminded us that we needed to be better in our marriages. And one was, if you ever watched the movie Fireproof with Kirk Cameron, where his marriage was falling apart, and he finally got it together and realized that he needed to have God and not himself first. And then he did change and ended up reconciling with his wife. The other one was a video of a football coach. I think it was Changing the Giants? Facing the Giants, that's it. I knew I'd get that wrong. And he took one of his best players and had him blindfolded, do an army crawl from one end zone to the other, carrying a teammate and challenging him to never give up and to give it his all, give it his best. And this young athlete continued to listen to his coach and continued to give it his best and give it his all. And he was going to be the influence on the rest of his team, what he did. And in Ephesians, what I'm going to read this morning, God does equip us with things. He equips us with the armor of God so we can stand strong. I'm going to be reading a few of the verses here. Finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can stand against the devil's schemes, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, that you so, when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything to stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, and with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Let us give thanks for what Jesus did for us on that cross.